What's up, y'all? Just want to make a replacement video for the one I previously posted up because the audio just wasn't good. Yeah, but essentially, here is a video explaining the muffler delete for those that had questions regarding it. I know I answered a couple times in the comments, but it seems like some of the comments I had, people still seems like that question came up a few times afterwards. So yeah, just thought maybe I'd make a quick video for you guys to get a visual on it. Essentially, yeah, here is the stock setup with the two, for the 640i, it has two mufflers, two independent mufflers, and essentially, basically straightforward. I mean, like I mentioned, they just cut out the mufflers right at the beginning of between the existing exhaust pipe and the muffler system. They cut that right there, and then the tips is part of that muffler, so you do need to get replacement tips for once you put the new piece on. The shop where I was at, they had tips on hand, they had pipe, all the stuff, whatever, whatnot. And this is pretty much the finished product right here. This is essentially how it looks, although this is a little bit different, and I'll explain here in a sec. But basically, this system here are the parts. This is just a shop I found in the UK that has a do-it-yourself, and this system does not require to be welded. Instead, it just uses some brackets, and you can read here. Sorry, I got a cold. But you guys can read here that it says you can clamp on fitment, no welding. And this one says it uses some exhaust assembly paste, which I'm not familiar with. I had mine welded, but this is just like I said, if you didn't weld, this is an alternative. I'm only showing this just so you guys get an idea. Like I said, this is some shop in the UK. They probably have something like this, I'm sure, here in the States that gives you all the parts and doesn't require to be welded at the connection. But yeah, I mean, essentially, to make it easy, I would just pull up mine. But like I said, they basically came up with the shape. And I think at my shop, the shower shop I went to, I believe they had pipe and they just heated it up and bent this into place on site. I think that's how they did it, but I don't recall. So yeah, so here's mine right here. And yeah, I know it's a little rusty. I mean, I got mine done a while back, but essentially, I mean, you guys get the idea. This is a video from when I took it in for service at BMW. They do an inspection, but you see here is where they welded the existing pipe with the new pipe. They still utilize these mounting brackets, so it is mounted right there. And then here's the tip where they welded right here on the exhaust tips too. And the shop where I was at, I mean, they had stainless steel tips, carbon fiber tips. If you wanted painted tips, black tips, you can put that all at once when I got the work done. And another thing too was that they did offer to make it quad tips if you wanted. You could have got, for the dual tips, you could have got dual tips on the dual exhaust, or two on each side. But I didn't go that route just because I figured, I just thought at some point I would upgrade to like a full exhaust system or a CapEx system that, maybe a Valvetronic or something, like a proper aftermarket system, and that I would, eventually, change it to a quad exhaust and add a diffuser and just give it a more clean look. But I mean, for the meantime, honestly, I never really decided to get to the upgrade yet or to do anything further with the exhaust sounds because I've been pretty satisfied with how it sounds now, honestly. You guys can hear it in the video I posted. I mean, it's not the loudest, but it definitely is a huge difference from factory with the mufflers on there. These are luxury cars, so BMW, when they release it from the factory, the job of the mufflers is to keep the car silent, give it that kind of luxury, quiet sound. But for those who want something louder, it's definitely, you know, it's underwhelming with the current muffler system set up on there. So cutting that makes a pretty good difference, to where sounds more aggressive. It has a little bit of growl and a little rumble to it, and I think it's well worth it. When I went to the shop, the work itself was like 2 to 3 hours. I think it was about 3 hours, and they were even working on some other vehicles that time too, and they got me out pretty quick. And it was just a couple $100. I think I paid 300 and 350, something like that. Um, I was expecting to pay more than that, honestly, but it wasn't that much at all. At least for the difference you're getting out of it, I think it was well worth it. So for you guys considering, I would say go ahead. I would think it's a good idea if you just want something to hold you over until you get exhaust, and you might be satisfied with how it is. Honestly, like I said, I got mine done maybe 4 years ago, and I still haven't even decided to upgrade or to change anything about it. Um, I'm just not in a rush to really spend money for that. And for anyone who's worried about like emissions tests or whatnot, you still have your resonator and catalytic converter. So this is technically all catback, and you're not going to get any issues with any codes on the dash. You're not going to get any issues with the emissions test. Yeah, I had my car when I got it. It was under my extended warranty, and I contacted BMW and my warranty company just to make sure, so I wouldn't have myself in some type of jam if I took it in for service. And no, they okayed it. They said that there's nothing really. It's more of like a kind of like an aesthetic sound type deal. Not really anything performance. You're not changing anything in the coding, and it can't really trace anything back to failures or anything like that because of the exhaust being removed. So that was pretty much what they explained. So they okayed it, and I haven't had any issues since regarding that. Like I said, you still have your cat, which is the big deal, and the resonator is still there, so you're not going to get that drone sound like some people were thinking maybe that might happen if you took the exhaust off. You don't get the drone sound, and even at highway speed, nothing. It still runs pretty good. Or I mean, I would say it's, like I said, not the loudest, but I mean, when you step on the gas, that's when you hear it. But if you're cruising, the car is actually still pretty quiet. To be honest, it's not that bad. But yeah, like I said, just made a video so that you guys get a better idea. If you got any questions, feel free to comment, and hope this video helps. So you guys have a good one. Peace.